Hey, Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well through the scriptures. Peace to the hopeful elect. All right, hold on 1 second. Put my, all right, put the airplane mode on. Right. So this will be a lesson about the patent on the coronavirus. All right, the brother did a video and in which Trump said something about the perennial doomsday prophets, and in this lesson he went into the patent on the coronavirus, where they got a patent for this thing, man. All right, and that lesson that he did was called. Let me bring it up on my Salakia. Let me bring it up real quick in my history, because that was a great video. Oh, it says, Trump, we must reject the prophets of doom. The elder brother, GMS Charlotte. Oh, and by the way, Kobe Bryant just died. Him and his daughter in a helicopter plane crash. And then they had a cartoon came out a couple years ago where he died in a helicopter plane crash. So that's just a side note. But anyway, it says Fox61.com verified coronavirus patents are from older viruses, not current strains. So in this article, this lesson, they're trying to do damage control. It seems like come out with an excuse. Oh well, technically, this from a newer strain, but y'all been dibbling and dabbling with previous older strains. Like, what do you expect the public to believe? What do you expect us to believe, that you ain't have no hand in this? It says a bit of confusion around the names of certain coronaviruses has led to larger claims that governments have known about this virus for years. And what makes that so hard to believe? All right, the governments and different organizations and countries have been using biochemical warfare, disease warfare for years. All right, if not so, that wouldn't be against the Geneva Convention wouldn't have written that in there. All right, as far as war, the proper way to go to war. All right, that was what the Geneva Convention about. They came up with rules and regulations what countries can and cannot do when they go to war, and that was one of them. And do you think these countries follow that? No, especially the top ones like America, Asia, and Russia. They do that. They study disease warfare. All right. He says, have governments and researchers known about this new strain of coronavirus for years? Claims online point to patents as proof that they have. All right. Dr. Shiva Ayudure, MIT PhD. It says the coronavirus patent is owned by the Pirbright Institute. All right. European Patent Office. Inventor, Erica Bickerton, Sarah Keep, Paul Britton. Other languages, German, English, French, 2014, 2015. It says, this is Jordan Sabda. The new fad disease called the coronavirus is sweeping headlines. Funny enough, there was a patent for the coronavirus. Was filed in 2015 and granted in 2018. A similar claim was sent to our verified team by viewer Bruce C. The coronavirus is man-made and patented, he wrote. Coronavirus proteins and antigens. Publication number, blah, blah, blah. It's a real patent title, Coronavirus Proteins and Antigens, and was requested in 2014. There's also this patent from Justia Patents filed in 2015. It also talks about coronavirus. But there's a key misunderstanding to these claims in social media posts. The question, are there patents showing that the coronavirus was known about and being studied by governments for years? The answer, the term coronavirus is actually a classification for a bunch of viruses in the same family. It's not the same for one specific virus. SARS, MERS, and the new virus, 2019 nCoV, are all strains of a coronavirus. The patents above and others like them were submitted by multiple governments and research groups who study vaccines and detection methods of past coronavirus strains. Put simply, the patents are real, but they are about other coronaviruses, not the one that's currently spreading. All right, so that's what we suppose they expect us to believe that, right? Like, look, this is them trying to do damage control. Corona means crowns in Latin. According to the CDC, this family of viruses is named because of the spikes that form a crown-like ring around the body of the virus. Any virus in that family is called a coronavirus. The virus spreading from China is a coronavirus, but it's not the only one that exists. Think of it like a company name compared to a product name. Any car built by Ford is a Ford, but the individual models like F-150, Escape, etc. are different. It's the same with viruses. Coronavirus is the name for all types of similar viruses, but each individual virus has its own name and distinct properties. Right, and they told on themselves right there, with that weak explanation. Like, it's a Ford, but you got different types of Ford, where those different types wouldn't exist without the Ford. All right, with the Ford being an umbrella company. All right, and so this new virus will not exist without your under the umbrella of your patents, of your science, of your configuring with things. Okay, it says all right. The CDC identifies 7 that can infect humans. The list includes SARS in 2003, MERS in 2012, and the current strain that's infecting people, 2019 NCOV. That stands for the 2019 novel coronavirus. And novel in etymology means new or refreshed or something basically new. All right. All right, so let's get some scriptures. This is let's start off with Psalms 64. Psalm 64 and 6. It says, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Why is you researching this anyway? All right. They say that the virus happens within animals and it passed to animals and is not supposed to be able to pass to humans. So basically, your tampering and your studying, it seems as though it made it available to pass to humans. That's what it seemed like. If you want to put everything in black and white and simplify everything, all right. You studying it, you searching it. The same way they make what's the word? Imitation vanilla extract. They make imitation vanilla extract from a beaver's anal glands. Now, how would you know that? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Like they go very deep. They dig real deep to just search out things like that, man. So why should we not believe that the same thing doesn't apply now? All right. But this is I'll read let me see, Isaiah 10. This is Isaiah 10 and 5. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. So the Lord is using you to wreak havoc on the earth, because what's coming of this disease and pestilence, and that's what the Lord spoke about. He said in the last days there would be pestilence, earthquakes, the World War III on the brink. But how it's coming about is another thing. Now, he's using you to make a lot of these things come about. That's why we're reading it. It says, the rod of mine anger. You are the rod of the Lord's anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. So your power and the might in your hand to do all these things represents the Lord's indignation. All right. And when he's done with you, he's going to get rid of you as well. So this is the book of Matthew. Matthew 24. It says, Matthew 24:4. And Yahushua answered, it says Jesus, but his name Yahushua. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And that's happening, and it's been happening. Father Divine, what's the dude name? Jim Jones. I believe Benny Hinn might have said something. Not Benny Hinn, but the other guy, the Arab-looking guy. A lot of these people saying that they the Savior, the Messiah. It says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So we just at the beginning of it. All right. It's earthquakes everywhere. It's hundreds of earthquakes done hit Puerto Rico alone. And there's been thousands of earthquakes over the world for the past couple of years that the news is not reporting. All right. Just earthquakes on top of earthquakes, not including the wars, all the instability in the Middle East with those different wars and proxy wars, and bigger countries are warring through the smaller ones. All right. And then the pestilence, you got the coronavirus now. Then before that, you had the Zika virus. Then you had the Ebola virus. Then you got the H1N1, and then you got what else you had? You had SARS. You had MRSA. You had what else they had? And it's just a continual thing. All right, with these pestilences. Okay. Let me see this. Let me see. This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in this self. And you measuring what's going on is that the kingdom is being translated from one people to another. And this is how it's happening. If you measure the time, you measuring the signs of the time, it says what? And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, you seeing these prophecies unfold and come to pass, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so now the Lord is fastly approaching. All right, no longer is it shall it be said that what is like the scripture in Ezekiel 12. So what is that proverb you hear that the people said he delayed his coming? All right, matter of fact, let me get that. Ezekiel, is it 12? It says, son of Ezekiel 12:22, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. So the prophecies of this book, and we live in a time period where they are coming to pass. All right, they are happening. Okay. Let's go back to the 2 Ezra. 2 Ezra 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, right? The end is manifest. Manifest basically means to be made known. All right. And it's being made known that the end is near. Right? Because the Lord said these things will happen in the end, and these things are happening. All right. Verse 6, even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonderful and powerful works, and endings and effects and signs.